India's story is ancient. Civilizations flourished on its fertile plains. The Indus Valley civilization was a remarkable early urban society. It had sophisticated town planning. Its people traded with distant lands like Mesopotamia. This land has always been a crucible of cultures. It has absorbed and synthesized diverse influences. This unique ability to integrate has shaped its identity. Dynasties rose and fell. Empires expanded and contracted. Yet a distinct cultural ethos persisted. This resilience is a core part of India's geopolitical DNA. It speaks of an inherent strength. It highlights an ability to adapt and endure through tumultuous periods. India was never an isolated entity. It was a hub of global interaction. The famed Silk Road passed through its northern frontiers. Maritime trade routes connected its coast to Rome, Africa, and Southeast Asia. Ideas, religions, goods, and philosophies traveled these routes. This historical legacy is not merely a matter of pride. Great empires rose within India, shaping its internal and external dynamics. The Mauryan Empire, under Ashoka, was a significant early example. Ashoka's reign is remembered for its vastness. It is also remembered for his conversion to Buddhism. He promoted peace and dharma, righteous conduct. His edicts, inscribed on pillars and rocks, spread messages of tolerance. This was an early form of statecraft that combined power with ethical governance. The Mauryan reach extended into what is now Afghanistan. Later, the Gupta Empire ushered in a golden age. Science, mathematics, art, and literature flourished. The concept of zero, a cornerstone of modern mathematics, originated here. Nalanda University became a renowned international center of learning. It attracted scholars from across Asia. The Gupta rulers also maintained extensive trade links. The Chola Empire in South India showcased formidable maritime power. Their naval expeditions reached Southeast Asia. They established trade and cultural links across the Indian Ocean. This demonstrated India's capacity for projecting influence far beyond its land borders. The arrival of European colonial powers marked a dark chapter. The British East India Company, initially a trading entity, gradually seized political control. India, once a global economic powerhouse, was systematically deindustrialized. Its wealth was drained to fuel Britain's Industrial Revolution. The British Raj, established after the 1857 uprising, consolidated colonial rule. India became the jewel in the crown of the British Empire. However, this status came at a tremendous cost. Indian resources were plundered. Its people were subjected to racial discrimination. Famines, exacerbated by colonial policies, claimed millions of lives. Despite the oppression, the spirit of resistance never died. The struggle for independence was long and arduous. Leaders like Mahatma Gandhi emerged, pioneering non-violent resistance. His philosophy of satyagraha inspired millions. The freedom movement united people from diverse backgrounds. They shared a common goal to reclaim their sovereignty. The partition of India in 1947, a direct consequence of colonial divide-and-rule tactics, created lasting regional instability. Understanding this colonial interruption is crucial. India's independence in 1947 was a momentous event. It marked the beginning of the end of global colonialism. The birth of a new democratic nation was a beacon of hope for many. However, freedom came with immense challenges. The trauma of partition led to widespread violence and displacement. Millions were uprooted. The task of nation-building was daunting. India had to create a unified state from a mosaic of princely states and provinces. Jawaharlal Nehru, India's first Prime Minister, was the chief architect of its early foreign policy. He envisioned an India that was independent and sovereign. He was wary of aligning with either of the superpower blocs in the Cold War. This led to the policy of non-alignment. Nehru sought to create a third way for newly independent nations. He championed peaceful coexistence and disarmament. Establishing democratic institutions was a key priority. India adopted a constitution that guaranteed fundamental rights. It established a parliamentary democracy. Conducting free and fair elections in a country of such diversity and scale was a remarkable achievement. This commitment to democracy became a cornerstone of India's identity. The non-aligned movement, or NAM, was a defining feature of India's early geopolitical strategy. Co-founded by Nehru, NAM offered an alternative to Cold War bipolarity. Newly independent nations found a common platform to protect their sovereignty. India played a leading role in articulating NAM principles. These included mutual respect, non-aggression, and peaceful coexistence. NAM allowed India to maintain strategic autonomy and receive aid. It championed decolonization and spoke out against apartheid. India's voice in international forums gained prominence. The year 1991 marked a watershed moment for India's economy. Faced with a severe balance of payments crisis, India embarked on ambitious economic reforms. These reforms dismantled the license Raj. They opened up the economy to foreign investment. They encouraged private sector participation. This was a significant departure from the earlier state-controlled model. The reforms were driven by a new generation of leaders. They recognized the need for change to unleash India's economic potential. The impact of these reforms was transformative. India's economy began to grow at an unprecedented rate. The information technology sector boomed. It made India a global hub for software services. A new middle class emerged. Consumer markets expanded. Poverty levels began to decline, albeit gradually. India started integrating more closely with the global economy. Trade and investment flows increased significantly. This economic dynamism changed India's image on the world stage. It was no longer seen merely as a poor developing country. It was now viewed as an emerging economic power. This economic awakening had profound geopolitical consequences. As of 2025, India stands as a significant global player. It is the world's largest democracy. Its population is young and dynamic, offering a considerable demographic dividend. The Indian economy is among the fastest-growing major economies. These factors contribute to its increasing geopolitical weight. India's voice is heard on critical global issues. These include climate change, counter-terrorism, and maritime security. The nation is increasingly confident in asserting its interests and values on the international stage. India's military capabilities have also grown substantially. It possesses a nuclear deterrent. Its armed forces are among the largest and most professional in the world. India is modernizing its military. It is investing in advanced defense technologies. This is driven by a complex security environment. It faces challenges from cross-border terrorism and assertive neighbors. Maintaining regional stability is a key strategic objective. Technological advancement is another area of Indian resurgence. The country has made significant strides in space technology. Its Mars orbiter mission was a remarkable achievement. The Digital India initiative is transforming governance and service delivery. India's immediate neighborhood presents both opportunities and significant challenges. Relations with Pakistan remain strained. This is primarily due to issues of cross-border terrorism and territorial disputes. Decades of conflict and mistrust have made lasting peace elusive. Engaging Pakistan constructively while safeguarding India's security interests is a delicate balancing act. India has consistently advocated for a peaceful, prosperous and stable South Asia. However, achieving this vision requires cooperation from all regional actors. The unresolved Kashmir issue continues to be a major point of contention. The rise of China poses a complex strategic challenge for India. The two nations share a long and disputed border. Occasional military standoffs have heightened tensions. China's growing economic and military influence in the region is a concern for New Delhi. India seeks a stable and peaceful relationship with China. However, it is also wary of Beijing's assertiveness. India is actively working to counter China's influence. It is strengthening its own capabilities and forging partnerships with like-minded countries. Beyond its immediate neighbors, India is deepening its engagement in the wider Indo-Pacific region. The concept of the Indo-Pacific has gained prominence in India's foreign policy. India's geopolitical journey is far from over. The 21st century presents immense opportunities for the nation. Its young population can be a powerful engine for growth and innovation. If harnessed effectively through education and skill development, this demographic dividend can propel India to new heights. Continued economic reforms and investment in infrastructure will be crucial. India has the potential to become one of the world's leading economies. This economic strength will underpin its global influence. The choices India makes today will significantly shape its trajectory and its role in the world of tomorrow. Addressing internal challenges is vital for realizing India's future potential. These include tackling poverty and inequality. Strengthening democratic institutions and upholding the rule of law are paramount. Ensuring social cohesion in a diverse society is an ongoing task. Environmental sustainability is another critical concern. India must balance development with the need to protect its natural resources. Success in these areas will enhance India's stability and resilience. It will also make India a more attractive partner on the global stage. On the international front, India is poised to play an increasingly influential role. It can be a voice of reason and moderation in a turbulent world. Its democratic values and commitment to a rules-based order are valuable assets. In conclusion, India's importance on the world stage is undeniable.